Conan, what is best in life? To crush your enemies, see them driven before you, and to hear the lamentation of your women. That is good.
Hello, welcome to the Wahoo Warrior. It feels like it has been forever since I posted a battle report. It's been over a month. Apologize for that. Just had so much going on in personal life, but we are back to it. Had the Bug Eater tournament coming up in just 2 weeks. Me and my buddy will be playing in the fantasy tournament on Friday with the team tournament, and then the 2-day 5-match events on Saturday and Sunday. So this is my 2,500 point prep for that tournament, getting ready to go, and his as well. So looking at the Skaven army across from me. I'm running a different orc list. I'll get into that in a little bit. Okay, on the far left he's got a doom wheel. He's got those skirmish guys back there. They're not actually placed there. He just has them there so he does not forget to roll for them. It's a problem that I have when I play armies that have ambushers, like dwarven miners. I always forget to roll for them. And then he's got a lightning cannon here, and his 49 or so, 50 slaves with a shield, I believe. He's got a warlock engineer there with the doom rocket. No magic levels on him anymore for this game, just the guy. In the center he's got the bunker unit back there with the clan rats, and he's got his Grey Seer and BSB in there, poison wind mortar. He's got his storm vermin upgrade with Queek the Head Taker, and it turns out later they have the storm banner in there, not a flaming banner or anything. And he's got the 39-ish plague monks with plague priest, and they have the banner where they get to reroll 2 hit into wound first round of combat. He's got the 5 censer bearers back there, skirmishers, and another lightning cannon. And over across from him I have got my orc army arrayed. I'm going with no war machines, very little magic, basically a scroll caddy and a bunch of heavy hitting power guys. So my whole purpose is no more dancing around or fiddling around. It's going to get into combat and do as much damage as possible. Got a wolf chariot there on my far right, from left to right, looking this way. Wolf chariot. Those are going to be my chaff killers and my chaff. I have no wolf riders or anything like that. Wolf chariots are the weakest thing in my army, basically. And right next to them I've got the 59 orc biggins. So I made the regular orcs the biggins, and they have a flame banner, and they have a black orc BSB. Then I have my black orcs with the special character Grimgore Ironhide, and they are what they are, a kick-ass unit, and with the hatred. And then I've got 6 trolls, another wolf chariot. I got 6 trolls, both within the leadership of the general. And in the back there I've got a chariot, and that has my level 1 goblin scroll caddy on it, and I rolled up a spell, but I took the sneaky stabbing, not planning to really cast any magic anyway. And I've got a unit of savage orcs. They're not biggins, they're just savage orcs, and it's like 30 of them or so. And I've got a savage orc big boss with a great weapon in there. So each of my units has somebody with a great weapon, and then their own independent ability to deal with some heavily armored stuff. So this is just a flip of the other side of the deployment. Snapped a couple pictures, but yeah. So I'm going with the big unit of basically 60 biggins, and I'm not going savage orcs biggins. And I want to give that a try. Get more bodies, more steadfast, more points denial, and the savage orcs are pretty decent on their own. Their weapon skill 3, strength 3, strength 4, first round of combat, but they have a lot of attacks. So if I point them at the right target, they can still get some stuff done, especially with the savage orc big boss in there. And then there's my black orcs, 35 of those, and don't have a magical banner in that unit. Or do I? I forgot to play with it this game. If I do, I'll have to look at my army list. But I know the flaming banner is on the biggins. So the big unit of 59 guys has a flame banner, and they have a black orc big boss BSB in there, so you can quell the animosity, and he does not have a magic weapon, so his weapon would be flaming attack as well if he needed that. So that's my list. It's going to be basically walk straight ahead and kill. I get +1 for deployment, and of course he still beats me. And the Doom Wheel comes rolling out. He still has that unit sitting back there in the corner, but they're not actually deployed yet. So the Doom Wheel comes out. Rolls like a 14, a nice long move, which was good. He was hoping to try to zap some trolls, but I put my Savage Orcs there to kind of counter that. And then he just moves a little bit, 4 inches or so down the hill and into the flat area of the board. And it looks like he's going to just kind of try to shoot and magic me and wait for me to get to him. And over on the right, basically didn't do much, but he's got a Hell Pit Abomination there, and the Hell Pit moves straight ahead for all intents and purposes. Skaven Magic Phase, he's got 9 dice to like 6 after some channels. First thing he tries to do is Skitter Leap his Warlock Engineer. He wants to fire that Doom Rocket. He rolls really poorly. I end up stopping that because he doesn't really have any other spells in range. So it's pretty uneventful. Orc turn. Savage Orcs charge that Doom Wheel. They needed a 7. They make it. They're able to maybe put a wound or 2 on it. Because with that big boss with a great weapon in there, and with the combat resolution, I'm able to break it and run it down, so that's nice. And then over here, my trolls move up. The one unit of trolls got hit by some lightning cannon, killed off 2 bases. He hit 4. I made 1 out of 4 up ward saves, and then he rolled pretty poorly on the D6 wounds. He rolled a 3, a 2, and a 1, so I ended up killing 2 bases. Or a 6 or 2 or something like that. And then I just move up as far as I can. I think pretty much with my Black Orcs. The big guns move up a little bit and just hedge a little to the right. Want to get that, keep that Hell Pit kind of in my front there. I do have a Flaming Banner there. He doesn't know that. We're playing in kind of a closed list, so I'm hoping that he will. Well, kind of. If he's going to fight anybody, I'd rather fight the guys with the Flaming Banner, I suppose. And I have that. I have a Black Orc Big Boss in there with a great weapon. So, and these guys are strength 5 for the first round with a Flaming Banner. They can put a few wounds on him maybe, and they just hopefully break him with combat resolution, even though he's stubborn. Over here, it's just showing a side picture of the impending battle, the lines crashing. That's what I like about these big hordes of lots of orcs. It's just onrushing green tide. This wants to smash into things. I'm not too worried about much on his side of the board here. Now here I just kind of angled my guys, knowing he might move these guys on, and I stupidly left a nice little blind spot there for them to come into, so they move onto the board. That's what happens when you get kind of fast and lazy. You just go, oh, I'll spin him and I'll spin him, and I didn't really pay any attention, and it's dumb. So he moves them in there. His Hell Pit, he elects to just go straight ahead and go into the woods instead of being unsupported and grinding. He just moves in there. It's a nice safe place because he can pivot 360 and get into the side of me or the rear of me depending on where the battle is. So not a bad idea. I do have that chariot there to use as a redirector though. Here he charges the trolls with his slaves, and so he's unable to fire his Doom Rocket, so that's nice. But puts the slaves in there. I guess he just wants to dictate who's going to match who. So it looks like it's going to be slaves versus trolls, storm vermin versus Black Orcs, and plague monks versus my biggins. On my turn, I moved my orcs up. I didn't want any failed charges or anything there, so I just moved up. So I'm going to go ahead and let him charge me, and I move my wolf chariot, take a dangerous train check, and pass. I move it there, so he has to attack that with his savage or with his Hell Pit. There's actually 2 those skirmish sensor bears there where my Black Orcs charged them and cleared them out of the way, and I end up reforming a little bit off to the left. That's why I was kind of doing that, just trying to clear those chaff guys out of there. And over here, the slaves did a wound or so to the troll, maybe 1 wound, and I win that combat. But he holds, and then on my turn, I did charge those trolls into the side there. My savages restrain or charge, and they're just moving in. He shot at my goblin on his turn when he came in and did a wound to the chariot. So I just kind of backed it up, prepping to keep him in a double where he goes, where I can get with the movement 9. I got a great charge range, and killing skirmishers is what these wolf chariots are great at. So looking good there. There's another picture of the side of the battle about to be commenced, and he's going to either have to charge me or he's going to get charged. So I'm pretty sure he's going to at least take the +1 combat resolution on the charge. The Black Orcs, I've got my general in there, and he's got his general special character. So I'm sitting here looking in the book, as I'm ending this turn, and if I want to take the charge with the champion, but then I have hatred. I have always strikes first, but he's going to be faster than me, so I still use hatred. So I'm thinking if he charges me, I'm going to have to take that charge with my general, and hope I kill him with the always strikes first reroll because of the hatred, and because I'm strength 8 on the first round of combat, so I don't want to feed him a champion and then have no reroll and the 1 loss of strength. So those slaves end up popping. I disrupted his ranks, so he had an 8 rerollable, and he failed on an 8 rerollable. That's pretty unfortunate, but no big loss for slaves. Excuse me. So there's that. Slaves are destroyed. They did they finished off a wound on each troll unit to drop a base. So slaves did okay. They killed like 2 trolls total. So he's just showing his charges. His Black Orcs versus the Storm Vermin, the bodyguard unit of both with the general. I think that's pretty epic. And then the Biggins versus the Plague Monks. Plague Monks have that reroll to hit and to wound, but I'm a little better quality troop. I have a weapon skill 4. He's got weapon skill 3. My strength's 4 this round. He's only 3. And there he charges that chariot. Here he's trying to get a charge off. I think if he gets it, he'll kill that thing, and then he's hoping to overrun or pursue into the rear of the Black Orcs. He ends up failing that charge though, so it wasn't a bad gambit. But now they can't shoot this turn. So, and the Hell Pit obviously charges the side of that wolf chariot, but keeps the Hell Pit out of the important combat for this turn. So it's worth the 50-point chariot there. And there's this failed charge. So now he's pretty doomed. Even if he flees from my chariot, he's gonna run off the board. And with D6 +1 impact hits from each one, and I think I need to roll for the farthest one a 4 with a Swift Stride. So yeah, those guys are doomed now. It was worth a shot, I guess. And here's the epic challenge. We go over each other's stuff, and I tell him what my guys got, and it's like I'm basically always strikes first, but I don't have to get the reroll, but I have hatred, so I have 5 attacks, hitting on 3s, rerollable because my weapon skill is like an 8, and I end up with 4 hits out of the 5, and then to wound I need a 2-up, and I roll a fucking 2 1s, so I cannot kill Queek with 2 wounds. So I'm like, oh man, I am dead. He's going to kill me. He's got 6 attacks, +1 to hit and +1 to wound, but he's only strength 4, and he ignores armor saves. He gets 2 wounds back on me. Statistically, I wouldn't call it a pillow fight, but he probably should have killed me because he's 6 attacks hitting on 3s, but see, he's wounding on 5s, but with no armor save. But he hit with like 5 of the 6, and I got a 5 aboard, but I didn't make either one. So I stayed alive, kept hatred on my Black Orcs because my general's still alive, and I get to reroll my misses, and I'm able to put a lot of wounds on the Storm Vermin. I win the combat, thank goodness, and I'm 99% sure I'm going to kill Queek in the next round. But he is like a leadership 6 because he's not steadfast. Because I had lost 10 Black Orcs to shooting cannonballs and magic and whatnot. So I had my guys. That's one of the reasons I didn't when I killed those Censer Bears. I reformed for deeper ranks. But I do win the combat, and but he does not break. And the Plague Monks come into my big guns, and they get their ass kicked. I don't know, mathematically he did not do well at all. I had a challenge, my BSB, his champion challenged, my BSB took it. I did 3 wounds to him, so overkilled on him. Yeah, the Plague Monks, statistically probably should have won that. I had more bodies though, so I figured I'd just be steadfast. Yeah, he did really poorly, and he was not steadfast, and he needed snake eyes, I believe, and he failed. So snake eyes rerollable. He flees, but I don't catch him. And then on my turn, my BSB charges out on his own to run the Plague Monks off, and he needed a 9 to go off the board, and then he rolled a 9, so he ran off the board. So failed charge, my BSB stand out there, and the remainder of the unit just reforms to take the help hit, keep the help hit off the Black Orcs. I make both these. He does stand and shoot on the first one and does a wound to it, but both chariots are into there, so they're going to annihilate that unit, because the impact hits will go before they get to strike, because without the impact hits, they'd kill these chariots pretty quickly probably. There's that. So, and then here's on my turn, I get the trolls into the side of the storm vermin. So that's huge, because at this point he kind of has an advantage, other than my general will kill his general, but he's weapon skill 5, same as me, and he's strength 5, and I'm down to strength 4 now, because I chose 2 hand weapons, just trying to do as much as I can. My savage orcs charge that lightning cannon this turn, so they'll kill that. And the other orcs, they had tried to charge the poison wind mortar on the top of the hill to just get back in there, and they failed that charge. So in the center, the big combat, my general kills his general before he has a chance to strike, so that's happy times there. With the trolls in there, I easily win the combat. Thank God for the trolls, because he threw his attacks first, and he killed a ton of Black Orcs. And my Black Orcs only did like 2, maybe 3 wounds, and but the trolls saved the day. They did a ton of wounds, and they both pursued the storm vermin. The storm vermin end up getting caught by the trolls, and the trolls crash into the clan rats, and the Black Orcs had failed, so they're right there. And then on his turn, which is we're getting to the end of where we stopped for time. Actually, the orcs will get another turn. I just wanted to get this battle report made. It's been a while. So, but what happens here is he charges his help hit into the orcs, as you would expect him to do. And then he pulls a surprise move. He uses a power scroll to cast Dreaded 13th. So he only needed like 13 for it to go off, and I've already burned my Dispel scroll at this point. So it goes off, and he hits the Black Orcs. There's only 11 left, including my general, and we weren't sure what happens to a character, so we just played that it went off, and he rolled a 14, so everyone died. So he turned into clan rats. That's huge. That's like 850 points with with the Black Orcs and the general. So wow. Here I am able to put 2 wounds on the help hit, and I win that combat, because he rolled feed, which is crap. You know, he did like killed like 2 or 3 guys because he rolled feed. So yeah, we're looking like this, and then those trolls, his clan rats are able to beat them, and with the combat resolution mainly, and he had dropped a base. So I only had like 6 attacks and 2 stomps. And I directed attacks on his Grey Seer, but wasn't able to kill him. Excuse me. But so they actually had to kind of stop right there. I would still have a turn, but there's not a lot I can do. Grind away on the help hit. If my trolls will pass a leadership 4 check, maybe they can charge those clan rats. But yeah, so it's just kind of a practice game. Looking forward to that tournament coming up. I kind of like this orc list. It's easy to play. It's basically get in front of me and I will try to run you over. I'm gonna have a problem with heavy chaff armies. I already know that. But really, only the Savage Orcs are frenzy, and they're not really a very expensive unit. So even if I have to sit and move my way through chaff little by little, that's okay. Looking forward to it. So I'm pretty happy with this list. I think with that huge point swing at the end there, we didn't really total up. We had to run, but it was a good game, fun game, and it was a good one. Thanks for watching.